Let's see. We're live, you guys. I now, hopefully, fingers crossed, my little guy's going to be okay. But, anyways, it's about to get spicy today. I'm really feeling like I need to speak some hard truth to some people. And to some people, like this is going to either activate you inside or this might just trigger you to who knows, like it could send you the other way. It just depends if you're ready to hear this message. But I want you guys to hear me clearly that we are in charge of our own happiness, our own being, our own dreams, our own goals. There's nobody else in this world that's going to make it happen, right? So we have to pay attention to how we are energetically and energy for to get the results, right? So here's an example. This morning I woke up and I was doing my thing. I was getting my kids to school. I finally like pre-framed it. I got my girl, she's in the car, she's ready to go, all those things. And then now my little guy who was just having a hard day, he was waking up on the wrong side of the bed. I couldn't figure out what he wants. He can't communicate as well. So he gets frustrated. He's wanting like a different shirt, and then he's wanting this shirt and this shirt. So we're about 15 minutes behind, and now my little girl's going to be late for school, right? So like the old me who I'm always working on and I'm always growing and I'm always evolving is I would have like, I would have been frustrated, I would have been annoyed, I would have been a whole bunch of things. But you know what? We are in charge of our own happiness. We are in charge of making ourselves okay and being emotionally intelligent with it. So instead, I just gave my little guy the space that he needed. I tried to figure out what he wanted. And another thing, like I look at it like maybe God is protecting me from an accident of some sort. Like it's super rainy today. It's kind of ugly, droomy, which can pay like to some people that can affect their mood if you allow it, right? Hi, baby. If you allow it, but I gave him the time and the space. And then you know what? We got in the car. We were 15 minutes late. But instead of just being frustrated with a thing, I just let it be. And I'm not perfect or in any way, but this is when I really thrive and I really try every day to control my own self. Because when we can control our own emotions and our own being, then we can change our lives. We can do that thing, right? And so, anyways, I got him in the car, and next thing you know, now we're singing like, well, we're singing Jingle Bells. I know it's not Christmas time, but they know the words, so they get really excited when we go, hey. So here we are. We're cruising into school. We're singing Jingle Bells, and the energy in the car is amazing. Like kids are so good at teaching you how to elevate your energy, right? So we're singing Jingle Bells every time we go, hey, like you could just feel the car lifting with like positive energy, even though it's like raining out, we're late, whatever, all the things. But at the end of it, I dropped her off. She was super excited, running to school. She's like, bye, mom. And my little guy was like super happy too. I just gave him the time and the space to allow himself to be and process emotions. Like we're all learning to process our emotions, and kids are the greatest tools. So what my purpose here of like calling in the hard truth is, we are in charge of our own happiness. We are in charge of our own dreams. We are in charge of making things happening. Like if you want to radically change your life, it's up to you to do it. Nobody else is going to make it happen. I know myself, like I feel like I didn't wake up until I was hit my 30s and I met my wife and we started having our kids and we started growing our family. It's like I woke up and the world just became a different place. I realized like I can actually do more things. Like I realized that I would have, if I didn't have kids, I probably would have been still working, still just working really, really hard, taking time off to go on vacations, and like not even realizing that there is another way, you guys. Like we are meant for so much more. We are meant to Hi, Bunny. We are meant for so much more. We're meant to do things. We're meant to be with our kids. Like I had to do Hi. Hi. I had to do IVF, and you know what? It took a good two hearts, over 2,000 pokes, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to have my babies. And then at the end of it, like when we were trying for round two, I was going through miscarriages, and the doctor basically said, like, hey, you either choose your career or you choose your family because of the stress of levels. My body just wouldn't hold a baby, right? So this just shows you, like, when I had my babies, like, that was it. That was the line in the sand for me. That was like when I knew that I had to change myself. I had to change what I was doing so I could create a different life, because I knew my babies were so hard to have. Like, there was no way I was going to put them in daycare or let somebody else raise them. Like, I it was so hard to have. Like, I didn't wanna miss any precious moments or even be away from them. Like, there was not a chance. So this is when that fire just, like, lit up inside me, and I knew I needed to go out there and start looking for that thing that is going to allow me to be home with my kids. And I wanna tell you, there's another way. There is another way. You don't have to be home, or wishing that you're just home and stuff like that. You don't have to go to work. Like, yes, I know that we need our basic needs, like our clothes, our food, roof over our head. Yes, I'm not saying, like, don't do it so that you don't have these basic needs. Like, of course, like, you have to do these things to get it. But what are you doing with the rest of your day? Because I know myself, like, I was watching Netflix, I was drinking a lot of alcohol to, like, numb my life. I was waiting and thriving for, like, the weekend so I could just, like, get a break from my corporate job at the time, because I've had multiple careers, because I was always searching for that thing in my life, and I never really found it until now. I was searching for, like, freedom, and family is my biggest two values. And I thought when I went to a job and I quit my nursing to go into working with the group home kids and going into corporate, because I thought that there was freedom there and it was flexibility. But working from home, when you're working out of office, there's not flexibility. Like, they know when you're working, they know when you're on the phone, they know when you're on the computer. Like, yeah, sure, you might be home, but you're not present. You're not present with your kids. You're not there experiencing it. Your body's there, but your mind is somewhere else. And they feel that. Like, they know when you're, like, not there. They just know it. And that tells something, like, that does something to their beings as well. When you're not paying attention to them, like, they're feeling all sorts of things, like ignored and all the things. And that can even be create a story for them, or a belief, or a program, with you're not being intentional with your time. So I want to tell you guys, there is another way. You don't have to, like, ask another person for permission. Like, I remember when I was doing IVF and I had to go to all these appointments so I could grow my family. And I remember, like, by law, like, because I got a letter from the doctor, they kind of knew I was going through medical procedures. Like, by law, they could not say no to me. Legally, they couldn't, right? But still, every time I had to go to these appointments, and I had to go to a ton because I was doing IVF, and every time I went to one of these appointments, it didn't stop them from making a, like, "Ugh," like, "Ugh," like, oh gosh, like, eye rolling and all the things, and things like that, making me feel guilty for growing my family. Another human being is making me feel guilty for growing my family because I'm not at my 9 to 5, that I'm not, like, I'm so replaceable to them. Like, they would cut me in a second. It doesn't matter. I'm just a number. Like, they didn't value my family. They didn't value my time. Your time is the most valuable asset in the world. It's so precious. Don't waste it building somebody else's dream. Build your own. I have my my vision board right here, and I put on my thing, is it worth doing every day? So every day when I have, like, extra minutes in my time, I look at this and I ask myself, is it worth doing today? Is it worth going after my dreams and my goals and making my family in a better position? Is it worth making me stay home so that I can be present and intentional with my time? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to live and dream bigger than I ever imagined? If it wasn't for my babies, I would have never, like, got the courage to step out and just, like, be on social media, step out and connect with like-minded, strong women. I know somebody needs to hear this message. I know this is either going to activate you or it's going to repel you because you're not ready to hear this. But there's so much more to this world, and you have all the keys. And you know where it all starts with? It all starts with you. It all starts with you, that burning desire of like, how much do you want it? How much do you want to change your life? How much do you want to be home with your kids? How much do you want to set up the future for, like for them? How much do you want to take them and take them on vacations or just be there? How much do you want it? Like how badly you have to have that burning desire inside for to create this. And if you don't have it, please reach out. I'm happy to share some of my belief and my energy with you. And that's part of like coaching and mentoring other women in my business is like that the energy that it takes to get somebody to go from A to B to result. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of momentum. So when somebody's saying no to me, they're not saying no to me, they're saying no to themselves. And I need somebody to say yes, that they want this so bad, or I'm not going to work with them because I'm not going to work with people that are just half foot in, half foot out. Like I'm working with people that are radically wanting to change their life and who are ready for this, right? And it all starts within. You are the key secret. You are the key mastermind, and it's energetics, like energy. So if you're going through your day and it's clunky and it's not feeling right and you're like Ugh, and you're frustrated or whatever, like this is what you're calling in, so even though today I was taking my kids to school and it was like a tougher morning or whatever, I just rolled with the punches. And not every morning I can roll with the punches, but when you are self-aware of like how much that affects your life and your decisions on what's going on in your life, when you realize that this is the key ingredient to call in what you're actually calling in your life, then you're going to be more self-aware. You're going to do the action states to regulate yourself. And it's okay to feel fired up and feel those things, but then now, you know, instead of reacting, respond, give. Like my little boy, he's 3, he's learning to regulate his emotions. Like, even me as a grown adult, I'm still learning to regulate my emotions. We didn't really talk about feelings and stuff like that in my family. We have English in us, so we just bottle that stuff up. But the only person that hurts is yourself when you bottle that stuff up. The only person that really hurts is like you're hanging on to this fear or this energy that is mustering and building and it's growing. You're making your fear grow bigger, so if you could just let yourself feel that emotion for a few seconds, it'll last maybe like 90 seconds and then you're going to go through it, right? So anyways, I was regulating myself so that I could help my son regulate himself. And then next thing you know, we're singing in the car and we're jacking up our energy and we're feeling good. And it's raining, it's dooming and it's glooming outside right now where I am. I'm in beautiful Vancouver, Canada, but a lot of people get winter blues. This is a mindset thing. You don't have, yes, you could get winter blues, but you know what? Yes, there's low, like we don't have as much sunlight here or vitamin D and stuff like that, but there's things that you can do to help you elevate your energy and go bigger and just making yourself feel better, especially during these times. You can take vitamin D, you can do red light therapy, you can meditate and feel like you're on the sun beach or on the beach for your morning. Like there's so many things, like your mind has no idea if it's like real or not. Like, your thoughts and what you're thinking, like it doesn't know the difference, right? So if you believe you can or you believe you can't, it's true, right? So anyways, this is my rant. I have to run. I have to take my dog to the vet, but I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. And if you're feeling like you want to radically change your life and you want to be home with your kids and you want to have better relationships and you want to elevate your health and you want all these things and these bigger goals in your life, get into my DMs. My DMs are open. I'd love to chat. I'd love to connect. I'd love to show you that there is another way, and I have found it. I have found it. I have radically changed my life. I get to be home with my kids. I'm working on my relationships. I'm working on my health. I'm working on my life and my big goals, and things are happening, you guys. And the duplication over here, it's so crazy because when you get plugged into the system, it really does work when you follow it and you're coachable and willingness to learn. Your willingness to learn is another key ingredient besides your energy of like what you're doing and being all day is two of the main factors that is going to light your fire up and get you to your goals. But you guys have a beautiful, blessed day and please say hello if we're on social media. I love connecting with strong empowering women. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you so much for joining me on my day 24 go live. I am pushing past my fears. It took me probably 2 years to even press this go live button and get on here and get on social media. But you know what? When you have a mission and a vision and you have a greater purpose and you know that your message has to reach so many people and social media is one of the key ingredients to get you there, like then you have to hit that button. You have to go to what you're most afraid of, and you are going to be blessed with the greatest results when you go to what you're scared of. Just go into it, do it scared, you guys. It's not going to kill you. It's not life and death. It's just something that we think is so scary, but it's really not. It's not at all. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. And if you're ready to radically change your life, this is for you. And if I'm hoping that this activates you, and if it doesn't, it's okay. It's just not the right time for you. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thank you so much for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.